Hey everybody, it's Andrew Morgan, and we are going to be talking about access control today. And I have my good friend Eric Woodard, CEO of Protek out of Salt Lake City. Eric, a little bit about yourself and Protek.
Hi, Andrew. Eric, MSP out of Salt Lake. We've been around about 11 years, about 17 people, and we're a very security-focused MSP.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Eric. You guys have spent over 1,000 hours this year on CIS Controls. You recently got your GIAC certification. Congrats on that, Eric. How did, access control become such a focus for you recently?
Yeah, so access control, it's a deep and wide subject. But one of the things we realized as we were looking at the CIS controls is you have to inventory your hardware assets, but they also want you to be able to report what's connected to the network. Historically, we've used VPNs and RD gateway, and RD gateway with a two-factor authentication. And what we realized really quickly is it's really messy to try to figure out who's accessed the network when. So we'd have to go pull some logs from RD gateway, some from Duo, some from a VPN, and try to aggregate those logs. And it was really messy. And frankly, it didn't give us the information that CIS was looking for. CIS actually wants to know what device, what user, and what time frame they access the network. So we went on the hunt, and with the hunt, we found Appgate, and that's kind of meet the needs that we're looking for the CIS control.
Very cool. Eric, some of the other things, cyber insurance played a factor in this, and then talk to us a little about your own internal systems, because that's a big piece of this whole reason for going with Appgate, no?
Absolutely. So one of the cool things that we learned with Appgate really quickly is not only did it help us fulfill the needs for our clients to remote into their networks, but it allowed us to protect a lot of our tools that are up in the cloud. So we have our documentation system, our RMM, all these different systems we've actually IP locked down just to our Appgate controller. And so any of my people that need to access those systems, they just use the Appgate app on their phone or on their endpoint, their laptop or desktop. They connect, and then that allows them into those documentation or RMM and blocks out the rest of the world. So it was kind of a win-win. It helped us with our remote access, but it also helps protect our tools, which is really cool.
That's really cool. And maybe close us out, Eric. I can't say enough. You're a guy that walks their walk. Like I said, 1,000 hours plus, not only you, but your staff into the CIS controls. People still want to know about packaging and pricing and how do I build my security stack. You have something that's really threat informed that, why CIS, and how are you, maybe just close us out, bundling and doing things around your stack?
Yeah, so the reason for CIS for us was it's a more current framework. There's a lot of great frameworks out there, and there is a lot of overlap, of course, but it's the most current, and it's also born out of blood. So the recent breaches, incidents, things have happened. Those CIS controls go and look and say, hey, what control did we need to have in place to stop that attack from happening? So that was a huge thing. And then also it's just a simpler framework to actually a little more prescriptive on what we need to do. That was one of the driving factors to help us. We actually had to need to retool a little bit, and it drove us on the hunt to look for Appgate, as well as, we evaluate other products. The packaging and pricing, man, that's a big topic. I can tell you that we have our offerings are actually based around the different groups, right? And so we've actually had a tool, and then we make our pricing based on the different levels or the implementation groups. And we've based the pricing on that. And so no small project. It can be done, believe it or not. It felt impossible when we started this. But yeah, it's the way we priced it is just based on those implementation groups.
Very cool, Eric. I really appreciate you taking a few minutes and sharing this as selflessly as you always do with your peers, and really appreciate you always giving back. Until next time, folks, make it a great day. Thanks, Eric.